What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to do live creative inspiration and research together in front of you guys. No edits, no cuts in this video. I just want to actually show you how this is being done by myself. A little bit of feedback that I've been getting from my YouTube videos is that they're very theoretical and not so much actually showcasing, me doing stuff. And so this is kind of what I'm to make in this video. Now, a little bit of context, obviously, so you can listen to me. We've been getting brands that we work with to active MRR of over $400,000, so monthly recurring revenue. Okay, so I know a thing or two about ecom, and so what we're going to need for the research process, obviously the ads library, I don't use any spy tools or stuff like that. I don't think that's necessary. We're going to need some type of spreadsheet. You can literally copy paste this one, and then a list of keywords, right? So keywords that we just cycle through the ads library. Pretty simple, not that crazy, that much that we're going to need. We're going to assume, right, just so you know what we're going to do the research for, we're going to assume that the research is essentially for like some sleep gummy product, right? Sleep niche, sleep gummies, whatever. And then essentially the keywords we're also going to do for that, we're going to apply that to here. And then specifically, we're going to do static ad research. Okay, so there's in my spreadsheet here, I have a subsection for statics. The only difference in terms of normal research versus specifically for statics is basically that you have little things like, okay, you'll look for the awareness stage of the hook, the avatar, the angle, the hook sentence structure, the hook length, the visual focus, the call to action, what kind of disqualifiers it has, do they reveal the price in the ad, etc. Okay, so this is what we're kind of going to do here, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do research. So how this works is usually go to ads library, kind of pick your country where you want to look at. I usually spy on the US first, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to essentially take a look at the keyword list here. Obviously, we have stuff like the sleep niche that we want to look for, and so typically I just usually start with the overall topic. So you go kind of from broad keywords to very specific keywords, and so let's try free shipping and then pipe and then sleep. Okay, let's try that first. Now you're going to see what kind of filters I usually do. I basically do, I basically go back around 2 weeks. Doesn't really matter that much. And we want to look for media type, images, and memes. Okay, apply all three, and then we're just going to take a look at what exactly pops up right here. Now, okay, so we already seen a bunch of things. I mean, usually there's not that crazy, like requirements. It's all seems, this is like interesting because it's the same brand doing a lot of different pages, right? And they have 200K page likes on this main one. So you can open them up. They definitely know what they're doing, if that makes sense. We obviously want to open up a bunch of different like brands that seem like they kind of know what they're doing. Again, we just want to look for creative inspiration. We don't want to look for product. This is not product research that we do. We just want to have briefs ready for static ads. Okay, so we're just going to open up a bunch of brands kind of before we even start spying on them, and just see if I find anything, if I come across any ad concept that I like. For example, this seems pretty interesting because, this is like a little bit of niched down concept because like, hot flashes menopause. So it's a very menopause specific angle, but I do like this one, and we're going to potentially open this one up in a second. I mean, we can, I guess, go to their ads library here and then spy on them, because I mean, it seems like they have a bunch of different angles too, so I don't really want to specifically only look at these guys. Could open them up, but at first I like to open up a bunch of different like brands and then essentially do a little bit of deeper research into each. This is kind of my thought process. Seems like the sleep one is a little bit too broad, right? So we can kind of play around with different keywords as well. Let's see if we find anything like related to, sleep gummies or, like sleep supplements. So I guess we could kind of change the idea to a little bit of like problem-based keywords. So we could do canned sleep, we could do whatever, right? I mean, we could ask ChatGPT as well what kinds of keywords it can recommend me. So I'm doing research on the ads library. Give me keywords related to can't sleep to find creative inspiration. All right, let's check it out. Got it. You're looking for an ad style and so, okay, interesting. Wake up tired, broken sleep, overthinking at night, emotional angles, racing thoughts, stress keeping me up. All right, so we have a bunch of things here. I just go through all of them. I usually like to keep the free shipping one because it kind of niches it down towards only e-commerce ads. And this is kind of what we're looking for anyways. So yeah, this is probably going to be more, the sleep thing. It seems like they do interestingly well. However, it's not a static ad, but we can, I guess, also check out if they do have. Okay, so this is a little bit more what I was talking about, right? But they have one page, never mind. Okay, so you do want to go back a little bit. Maybe we could go back a little bit less. Still only images and memes, and then see what stuff they are doing. Okay, so we have Rise. I mean, obviously Rise definitely knows what they're doing. So we could take inspiration in these guys for sure. Yeah, well, it seems like they're pretty much the only guys that chronic insomnia fixed in minutes. Interesting. So what is this? Let me close up these. I don't think this is really what we're looking for. Obviously, I want to show you quality research, how it actually do this. Sleep drink. Interesting. So this seems pretty solid. Wait, hold on. Okay, 31 page likes. Definitely gonna. Well, it seems like Rise is doing really well in this niche. Okay, well, we could check out these guys as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take a look at Rise just because they're seems like they're doing really well. Let's see what else we find. Yeah, I know that these guys also talk about the sleep stuff here. The question is, I mean, I don't know if they only do sleep in terms of no, it seems like this landing page at least maybe they have a bunch of landing pages they talk about. Not sure, right? Let's just open up a bunch of these. So, I mean, it seems like Rise is doing a lot of these, but obviously we don't just want to find any ads that they test. Ideally, we want to find Rise's ads that, first of all, they're trying to kind of iterate on, and second of all, that are running the longest. And so it seems like if I scroll down and I go from bottom to top until we find something from Rise, this is an interesting thing which you can try. So this is the first one here. So it seems like this is a little bit of a pride focused one, obviously with the mechanism here and then some benefits. We do have the free gift, the free shipping, the logo, so the guarantee even. So it is pretty, I guess, pretty disqualifying. And then we have up to 40% off. Same thing here, pride focus, but it's not really pride focused in terms of showing the bottle. So it's actually just showcasing kind of the glass with the coffee in it. And then this is showcasing the packaging. But I will use this because it seems like they're kind of iterating on this concept. And the hook says exactly the same thing in all these. So we will kind of take these as brief. So what I will do is I usually open up this and then you put in the competitor, either the domain of the competitors. If it's a larger competitor like Rise, what you can actually do is take the exact ad that you kind of want to take inspiration of, right? And so you would basically just copy this thing here, copy ad link, you would paste it in here. Last check, we're going to skip that for now, obviously. They have a bunch of active ads. I have no clue, honestly, how many exactly. I'm just going to say 1K plus. Pretty sure they have a lot. No more insomnia. Obviously, that's a pretty problem aware type of thing, right? So problem aware. Main avatar, I guess people who... let's see if they add copyright. Sleep enhancing superfoods, try today, delicious and creamy. Nothing really, right? They don't have any specific call outs or stuff like that. There's no specific avatars. I guess it's just really people who struggle with, people not the problem here. So I'd say, pretty much everyone, no specific gender, age, job, right? And so it's people who can sleep, just in general. This is kind of how I like to diversify. I really like to kind of be super specific about this. Main angle, right? Well, obviously these guys, the angle is really just full of we're just kind of offer specific, and then really just trying to focus on the sleep thing. So it's just a kind of also with the visual, by the way, as you can see, it's it focuses a lot on delicious taste. It's also going a little bit in the benefits of that, but yeah, so it's the sub headline, two sub headlines, both offer focused. So I will say offer focused Classic, and then what is this word? Insomnia. That's the angle here. That's kind of what I might write down. Hook sentence structure, just a statement, 3 words. I guess that's the next one here anyways. 3 words, and then visual focus is the product in use. So that's the mechanism one. Call to action, up to 40% off. Up to 40% off. Then disqualifiers, they have quite a lot, right? They have quite a lot. They have the logo, free shipping, free gifts. Logo, free shipping, free gifts. Guarantee, offer, percent off, right? And then they have basically the benefits. So quite a lot of disqualifiers. Price drop, they actually don't reveal the price. No, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, this is actually pretty funny. So obviously date is, September the 7th. And so let's check that out. Yeah, so this is kind of the first thing that we'll do here. And then obviously, right, we could either link it here or we could kind of download it, take a screenshot, put it in some type of like folder structure, just so obviously, or like if you have a creative strategist at some point is going to take care of this whole process for you, then that's what you're going to do at some point. But let's find another ad that I kind of wanted to look at. Because it seems pretty interesting. I mean, we could check out these guys, I guess, because these guys seem like they do have a little bit of proof of concept, and obviously the product is fantastic. So it seems like they also do follow this insomnia classic angle. So what I'm going to do with this here, I'm just going to really take this one, copy ad link, boom. Same thing here. Pay, yeah, let's see how many ads they have active right now. 250. Interesting. So pretty much the same hook, right? It was pretty much just a problem aware. The difference is benefit focused, insomnia. Same here. Nothing crazy. Hook sentence structure, statement, 3 words. Pretty much the same thing. Visual focus, we had just product focus. And then some, the features and benefits. That was kind of what the concept was. Call to action. Let's see if we can come across it here again. Do I need to go back? Probably yes. All right, let's just go back here. All right, there you go. So, it's call to action. We actually had no call to action. Disqualifiers, pretty much just the logo, right? I mean, and then obviously the brand name. Logo, brand name, and hook. It's pretty interesting too. Price drop, no. So this is kind of how you kind of fill out this sheet. So what you want to do essentially, right? So if I were to keep making this video super long, what I would do is essentially fill out until I have like 20, make like briefs out of the best ones, and then start essentially picking my winning hooks based off of the hook test that hopefully you've done in the past. And then you can just basically recreate these or send this to your editor or graphic designer. So this is pretty much how I do research, guys. I want to say thank you so much for giving me your most important asset, which is your attention. And I wish you a beautiful day.